Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law does he hide it sunrise and sundown. Him a go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him believe never a go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now there, so them there like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sinner man them in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God Jah. Love the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man them always and always go perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water, them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them, who anointed I head with no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I venny. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Where 2 centuries meet in the name of the Most High Jah. That's so Jah there. If Jah never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain same way. If Jah never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda Amasa, Nagusto Nagasto Dadialama, Koma Sataya, Haimana Pio Aya, How Mauso Bolisa, Adano Wato, Ewo Asiple Afo. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire there is something sumptuous cooking. Yes, ingredients of so many different types, sizes, colors, shapes, flavors and aromas. Put aside all these differences and hop into the black pot. Be subjected to some amount of heating and they produce the most sumptuous food. Now the food does not even benefit the black pot, neither does it benefit the ingredients directly. We, the eaters, are those benefiting from the good cooking. Yet every time that collaborative effort between the black pot and the ingredients would continue to happen. This is generational thinking, selfless thinking. This is what we want the whole universe. This is what we want everybody to come around and face this kind of reality. Yes, it is time to plant trees. Yes, we know we might not live long enough to benefit from the shade of the trees. But our children, our children's children, generations to come will benefit from the shades of these trees. Just the same way we are benefiting from the shades of trees that we did not plant. People planted them, did not live long enough to benefit from these shades. Generations ago, planted these ones. They are not here today to benefit from that. But we are benefiting from that generational thinking, selfless thinking. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonimo. And here we speak truth to power. We don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we might just do it for one reason, to build and not to destroy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonimo. And here we speak truth to power. We are in the service of God and country. And we only criticize to build, never to destroy. It's all about our people, our continent, our land. It's generational thinking. And here, we don't personalize issues. We don't deal with personalities, we deal with issues. That is why here we say we are dealing with the mindset of the average African. If we knew what was coming down from the top, we would all be wearing metal hats. This is the Blakk Pot. And we are live on Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV. We are super live on Black Empire TV. And via the power of satellite, oh gosh, we are seen all over the world. We are masters of Pan-Africanism on TV. Now, are you tired of the negativity on social media? Are you tired of the violence, the racism on social media? Did you ever think that there will be an app that will come out that will do everything that social media is doing positively and cut away all the negative ones? Now you thought right. Now we have ISIT. ISIT is spelled ISIT, which simply means in spirit, in truth. And that is the app for you, created by Africans, controlled all the way from America. Oh my God. And this is the app that everybody is downloading right now. It's called ISIT. It's free. Download it from App Store and also from Google Play. And you can use it for video calls, audio calls, messaging, and any other thing that social media does that is positive. You can do that with ISIT. And the good thing about it is that all negativity is cut out. Now we have powerful algorithms that take out all those negative aspects of social media. You might think that you want to be negative, but not on ISIT. ISIT is a very powerful app in spirit, in truth. I am there. Check me up there. Follow me. Let's become friends. Let's come together in the world of positivity. It's available on App Store and, of course, Google Play. Connect with friends and family. Upload your photos. And meet people of like minds and do your business. Expand your territory. Oh, my God. I am in the spirit. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunamo. And remember to also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes, it is called Black Empire Media. And the Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Yes. Click on the notification button so that every time we release stories, you'll be the first to see that. This is the Blakk Pot, and my name, Blakk Rasta. Now today we have a number of issues to look at. Number one is here. Watch it. What does it say? It says IMF, not Ghana's savior. Why is it that almost every time our beautiful country, our very rich country, that used to be called the Gold Coast. In fact, the ancient kingdom known as the ancient Ghana kingdom, from the time it was founded in 750 Common Era, all the way to the 1200s when it crashed, all because of the invasion of the Almoravids and the Islamization of the ancient Ghana Empire. From the first king, Dinga Sise, all the way to the last king, by name Tinkaminen, there wasn't a single poor person in the Ghana Empire. Founded between Mauritania and the central part of Mali. What was the magic they used? Creativity. The land is already wealthy. So all you need to do is to apply a little bit of loyalty, patriotism, and creativity, and everything is done. But in our world right now, everything is missing. There's no loyalty, there's no patriotism, and the creativity has been thrown to the dogs. We are copycats. Nobody wants to be original. Everybody is copying. We don't even have an original democracy in our country anymore. We are all copying from England, America, and the rest of it. If America says something is unlawful, then automatically it becomes unlawful in our country, as if we don't have brains and minds of our own. My brother, IMF, not Ghana's savior. Why is it that every time we are at the doors of the IMF? But let us look at what it is when we say IMF, not Ghana's savior. Watch the story. Government's recklessness will make IMF deal immaterial to Ghanaians. And this is Eduji. I don't know who he is. I'm not so interested in personalities. I'm interested in issues. Let's read the story. Even if Ghana is able to close a deal with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the government's recklessness will make it immaterial to Ghanaians. A private legal practitioner and member of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Godwin Eduji Tameklo, has said. Mr. Tameklo blamed the current economic challenges on the government. Speaking on the big issue on TV3 Wednesday, April 12th, regarding the deal that the government is seeking with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Mr. Tameklo feared that the government's conduct may make the deal, even closed, immaterial to Ghanaians. He said the current managers of the economy, to the extent that they continue the recklessness, nothing will come out of the IMF deal. He further asked, why is Bawumia, the economic messiah, not talking? Why is Dr. Bawumia quiet? Why is he no longer delivering the lectures? But former member of parliament for Tema East, Daniel Kwate, Titus Glover, said that 2023 is the year of economic recovery for the Akufo-Addo administration. He said the IMF is giving us an opportunity as to how we can raise revenue to pay off our debts. He added, 2023 is the year of recovery. I agree that the grounds are very difficult or hard. Dash. Hear me now. We can tickle ourselves and laugh as long as the fundamentals are weak. As long as the foundation is weak, the building will collapse like a house of cards. No two ways about that. I'm so ashamed of this country. In fact, I am not ashamed of the country. I am ashamed of the managers of this country. We took you through history. This is the man, the backbone of the disgrace that this nation is facing. Can you believe that a fully grown man like this, who promised us that the country was going to be better and that we were sitting on wealth, yet because of the bad management, the whole country had crashed, and that he was coming in as the Messiah. Today, he's one of the jokers that this country has ever had. Today, he has lost all his respect. Internationally, nobody regards him. Whenever they see him, they see the image of a man holding a calabash begging. That is the image he's portraying this country to the rest of the world as. This is President Nana Akufo-Addo. My brother, my sister, he's running to the IMF. He wants a loan of how much? 3 billion American dollars. Yet, when COVID-19 came, there was aid that came in. We were told that they raised more than 3 billion. What did they do with the money? They blew it away. When you look at it, our gold reserves, they have sold that out. And the biggest gold reserve we have in the country, Ashanti Gold Fields, today is the figment of the imagination of Ghanaians. They will only see it, but they don't own anything in it. The last time Sam Jonah spoke, and Sam Jonah used to be the CEO of that outfit, what did he say? He said, we don't even own 1% in that biggest gold mine that we have because of dirty leaders who have no common sense of patriotism. Now, if it's all about borrowing to run a country, then any idiot can rule every country. In our country, it's all about borrowing. Can you believe that that man whose photograph I showed you, and is supposed to be called the president of this country, went out there to borrow money? And when he succeeded in borrowing the money to saddle the generations to come in debt, he came to celebrate the loans with kinky parties. In fact, I'm preventing myself from using harsh words. But this man here doesn't have the common sense of patriotism. And it pains me that generations to come are going to suffer from these blatant irresponsibilities that these people are leashing on us. It's sad. Now children yet unborn are going to inherit the carelessness of these people. We are running to the IMF. 3 billion. How much money is that? If Dangote alone decides that he wants to salvage the image of this disgraceful leadership, he can pay that money. Kanye West could have also done something. about this. Are they not black people? Do they not have black people at heart? There are a lot of black businesses that could have collaborated to come and salvage the image of this country, but they will not do it because of the recklessness of our managers. Because of the recklessness of these idiots in power all over Africa. Listen, the finance minister of this country, Ken Ofori-Atta, is in Washington. What is he going there for? The taxpayer is sponsoring his trips. The man is terminally ill. I pray he gets well. I never wish death for even my enemies. No way. That is why when I pray, I do not pray to kill people. I pray to give them a change of mind. This man here is very, very sick. But he has enough energy to globetrot, to beg. They messed up the economy. They messed up the very fundamentals of the nation economically. What is independence without financial independence or economic independence? He is today, as we speak, in Washington and is there to beg irresponsibly for rich countries to forgive us our debts. It's only a thief who borrows and doesn't want to pay. It's a Hausa proverb. It is only a thief who borrows and doesn't want to pay. In our country, we borrow and we know we can't pay. But we'll take it, lying that we will pay. And when our, in fact, creditors realize that no, we are taking them for a ride, they come and take our gold and take our diamond. And they ask us for things that will not inure to the benefit of the citizenry. And our leaders do that. For instance, they come down. They want to put up a military base right here. How is that going to help us? You are going to make your enemies our enemies. You are going around the world bombing innocent people all over the place. Then you come and establish a military base here because we owe you and we want debt relief, right? So you come here and then it is put here. Your enemies become our enemies, and we didn't make your enemies our enemies till you brought your dirty military presence here. We have to be very careful. We have to think about the next generation. Now, any check they sign for you, they ask you to accept what is their norms and their values. They never ever give you anything for free. The last time we heard about them, they were here on an LGBTQI plus agenda. I don't have a problem if a nation willingly wants to accept LGBTQI plus. After all, there are people who go about eating and drinking poisons, and it is their body. There are things that you are not supposed to eat. You know when you eat this, you are going to fall sick. Yet you go and eat that. You are smoking cigarettes. You are drinking a lot of dirty poisons into your body. It's your body. You will die. And when you die, life will go on. My brother, my sister, if a nation decides that willingly this is what we want to do, it's unto you. After all, it's your nation. But when somebody sits somewhere and by dint of some economic power wants to puppet people like puppets on a string, so they will accept everything that is theirs and leave out what truly is their own, I have a big problem. IMF is not the solution to this country. The solution to this country is the common sense of patriotism. If we get patriotic, if we get loyal, we don't need IMF. We do not need the World Bank. What we need is common sense. Look how much businesses we have around. See how many people we have around who are into serious businesses. See how our land has been so blessed. Yet, idiots as we are, every blessing is turned into a curse. I am so ashamed, in fact, to be ruled by these dirty leaders. I'm glad that I lived to see Nana Akufo-Addo as president. Some 10 years back, we all were saying that if this man had become president, the whole country would have changed. Today he's president, and he's the worst comedian we have seen. To God be the glory. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo, and my name, Blakk RASTA. We are in the service of God and country. Next item. What does it say? Watch it. It says, Ghana crowned pirate king Jack Sparrow of Africa. Ghana crowned pirate king Jack Sparrow of Africa. Who is Jack Sparrow? This is Jack Sparrow, the king of all the pirates. Sword clutching, cigar smoking, head chopping, bomb throwing, gun shooting, cannonball firing. Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow is supposed to be an imaginary character in the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean film series. Watch this. Captain Jack Sparrow is a fictional character and the main protagonist of the Pirates of the Caribbean film series. The character was created by screenwriters Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio and is portrayed by Johnny Depp. That's Jack Sparrow. That's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, when you watch this, what does he do? He's the king of all the pirates. Who is a pirate? He's a sea thief. He's a sea thief. He robs people at sea. They will sink your ship so they can steal from you. They will kill you so they can steal from you. Hey, I never knew this day would come. But the day has come. Watch this. Watch it. Watch the headline. What does it say? That is the day. Ghana tops piracy ranking in Gulf of Guinea. Come here. Ghana tops piracy ranking in Gulf of Guinea. You know what this piracy is talking about? Stealing on the sea. Armed robbery. We are armed robbers at sea. We rob people at sea. This is supposed to be the gateway of Africa. The once richest empire. The empire that has Spaniards, Italians, and the rest of them coming to come and learn trade. Today has become sea thieves, pirates, Jack Sparrows. Jesus. Run the story, my youth. It says, with Nigeria recording no piracy incidents in 2022. Nigeria of all nations. The populous Nigeria. Ghana and Angola have risen to the top of the list of countries reporting piracy incidents in the Gulf of Guinea. Data from the International Maritime Bureau's Piracy Reporting Center. The data indicated that Takoradi Anchorage and Luanda Anchorage were both included in the IMBPRC's list of worldwide ports with 3 or more reported incidents of piracy in 2022, with more than 2/3 of the events occurring while ships were anchored or betted. Can you believe that? It's not even like the ship is on the sea. Whilst it is anchored, what we call parking. You know, you can't park on the sea. So we say we anchor or we bet the ship, right? Now the country ranks highest in the percentage of incidents, 33%, with Angola scoring 24%. So Ghana is the Jack Sparrow of Africa. Even Angola doesn't come near. Despite the trend in Ghana and Angola, the MIB explained that the increased presence of naval vessels and cooperation between coastal authorities in the Gulf of Guinea continues to positively impact the piratical activities reported in Africa. Jesus. Interestingly, South Africa and Egypt made their first appearance in the IMBPRC's report in more than 6 years. Meanwhile, a non-profit group, Oceans Beyond Piracy, says the cost of maritime piracy in West Africa reached more than 1.2 billion in 2021. Come here, my youth. Come here. The overall number of incidents reported in the region last year decreased by 46% compared to 2021 and by the factor of 4 compared to 2020. Hey, dash it. Bring it back. Bring it back. There's something I need to show you before I go. Crew kidnappings have equally increased from 57 crew members taken in 7 separate incidents during 2021 to 2 crew members taken in a single incident in 2022. Jesus. Dash. So you see, sea stealing. We steal on land. Our president is busily flying and bathing down on us. And then on sea, we are stealing from people. We are the Jack Sparrow of Africa. Sea thieves. Oh, Jesus. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? The Ghana that I knew was a very peaceful Ghana. A Ghana that is devoid of some of this violence. The Ghana that I knew was a Ghana of united people with a common goal. Yes, we had a few riffraffs, but I didn't know a day would come when Ghana would be in the list of pirates, not just in the list, but top, and become the Jack Sparrow. What's wrong with us? Nigeria of all nations, where we were told, oh, so much piracy was happening. Some other countries around those areas, oh, a lot of piracy. Today, they've all taken a break. And Ghana is the new kid on the block of piracy, the Jack Sparrow of Africa. How long should we talk about this for? It is sad. I am truly, truly crestfallen. What happened to our Navy? Is it that we have relaxed? Are we not taking a good care of our seas? Have we left that for pirates? Or are we now training ourselves to become pirates? Oh, Jesus. I thought they said we had some of the best naval officers and naval patrol. Remember when Chinese came here doing patrolling and all that? And we're told that Ghana Navy was standing toe to toe and was one of the best in the whole of Africa. What happened to that? Right now we have been crowned Jack Sparrow of Africa when it comes to piracy. To God be the glory. But I have a quote from Jack Sparrow for you. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo! Yes, you may kill me, but don't insult me. What do you think about that? In fact, some people, because of the fear of death, they can sell out and be called all kinds of names. Today we are called pirates, the Jack Sparrows of Africa. Today we are called highly indebted poor countries. All kinds of names we accept, all because of our stomachs. We don't want to die. Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow, your mentor says that you may kill me, but don't insult me. It's deep. Sometimes it's just good to go and accept to be killed or accept to die rather than being humiliated. That's all he's talking about. This is a nation that has no sense of sacrifice. Because of our stomach, we will sell out every time. We don't know how to fast. That's what Jack Sparrow is talking about. Your mentor. That's what he's talking about. You may kill me, but don't insult me. That's what Onipa Nuya sang some years back. Dante makatuma manje. Ye dante makatuma manje. Ay, dinya la dante makatuma manje la 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 la. Brrr. Dig it. We all remember Onipa Nuya, don't we? And he sang in Dagbani. Do not buy it for me and later on insult me. In other words, it's better to kill me than to insult me. Come here. This is the black pot. Next story. And what does the next story say? Watch it. Nurses can't have cake and eat it. You can never eat your cake. You can never eat your cake and have it. You can never eat your cake. You can never eat your cake and have it. How many of us remember this song? When you dig a pit for someone to fall in, never you forget that you might be the one. Oh yeah. You can never eat your cake. You can never eat your cake and have it. You can never eat your cake. Oh, we rather that open. Evie Edna Ogoli, she called herself the Queen of African Reggae. Wherever you are, Evie, I salute you. Nurses can't have cake and eat it. Why are we talking about cakes and eating? It's a nice idiom. What does it mean? If you want to have the cake, then you can't eat it. Because if you eat it, you can't have it. Some people don't understand. Do you know what that means? It simply means you either keep your cake and when people are passing by, you tell them, here's my cake. Or you eat it and don't have it anymore. When the people are passing by, you can't show them, hey, my cake is in my belly. No. It's a very beautiful idiom. What does it mean? Sacrifice. You either keep it and it stays there, or you use it for something else and it's gone. Hey, remember in the days of John Dramani Mahama, nurses' allowances were cancelled. And it brought about a lot of hula baloo. Nurses naturally were incensed, so angry. They called for the head of John Dramani Mahama, that he was a bad leader. But what John Dramani Mahama wanted to do, which he explained, was that we do not have enough hospitals in this country. When you go to school as nurses and train and come out, you will not be able to find work. No placements for you. So what we'll do, let's make that sacrifice. It's about the cake and eating it. Let's not eat the cake now. Let's keep it. Let's cancel your allowances and use that money rather to build hospitals. So that when you come out, you will be placed. Nurses said, no, we want to eat the cake now. Didi prekon. Yes, Didi da chen Didi prekon. But they chose Didi prekon. They collected their allowance. They were not ready for it to be cancelled. He still went ahead and cancelled it. And he's one president who has built more hospitals than so many different presidents that we have had in the past. Nana Akufo-Addo came. He brought back the cake to nurses. And he didn't build a single hospital. He rather crashed down the hospital at La. And now they are demonstrating. He trained a lot of nurses. Oh, we like that. And when nurses came out, now they can't find jobs. They went to hit the street again. Nana Addo is a bad president. He's a very terrible president. Some people were saying his pot belly is too big. He can't even walk. Some were talking about his Sakura. Others were talking so many different things that we can't say on TV. We saw the placards. Right now, look at what is happening to Ghanaian nurses. Scrap nurses and teacher trainee allowances. Ajimandria to government. And this was published when? This was published when? Oh, Jesus. Can you see the date? Thursday, the 24th day of March, 2020 what? 2022, right? 2022. Somebody was talking to the government. Please scrap it now, so that you can keep the money and build hospitals. The teacher trainees, I beg your pardon, nursing trainees will come out and go into that. No, they wanted political populism. They didn't. I wish nurses could get their allowances and still come out and see so many hospitals. Unfortunately, the nation has been run down by dirty politicians and managers. So we have to choose between eating the cake and having it. Mahama chose having the cake to eating it. Nana Akufo-Addo said, let's eat it. They ate it and they came out, no hospitals. And the UK, we were told, were interested in our nurses. Oh, Ghana is now going to export nurses to the UK. They will pay this amount of pounds. Remember, we did a whole story on that, on this show. And that Ghana will get some foreign exchange out of that. All of a sudden, only yesterday, the UK came out to say, do not ever employ any Ghanaian nurse abroad. Not only in the UK, any other well-meaning nation should never employ Ghanaian nurses. Not only Ghanaians, Nigerians, and some other 54 in all. Now, what happened to the British dream? A lot of nurses are running away from Ghana. They are not going there to do nursing. They are going there to clean. They are going there to sweep. Because they have not reached the level. So, did they live in a certain quixotic empire? Were they in a certain illusion? How did they come by? Oh, UK is interested in our nurses. Today, look at what we are experiencing. They are saying they don't want them. And Ghanaians are crying. Now, somebody has dug into it and is telling us why it is so. Watch the headline. It says what? A former senior government officer, advisor at the United Nations, Professor Bafo Agyeman-Duah, has advised the government to review a number of policies, including the nurses' trainee allowance. This was then. Government didn't hear about it. Dash this away. There's another school of thought which says what? The nurses who are traveling and running out of the country, they are not doing nursing. They are only there to do menial jobs in quotes. What happened to the quality of our nurses? Has it dropped? We have had nurses slapping and beating people in hospitals, beating pregnant women who are in pain and crying, teasing them and laughing at them. We have seen a whole national service boss in Kumasi walk to a hospital, not just any other hospital, but a hospital at Manshia, the seat of the Otumfuo, to threaten another nurse. We saw all that. How would the level of our nursing rise? Nurses are always on the road crying for salary increase. Nurses are twerking on TikTok. Nurses are running around throwing professionalism to the dogs, and they have turned themselves into go-go dancers. If you don't know that, find out. I love nurses. My house is a house of nurses. So many nurses in my house. But if you throw away professionalism like the Ghana police did, now running after Kusie and fighting over Kusie with civilians, who is going to respect you? Doctors have so much respect because you would hardly see a doctor twerking on TikTok. Hardly would you find a doctor misbehaving like some of our nurses do. If they want to twerk, they will twerk in their bedrooms with no camera on them. Listen, there are some professions and their codes of ethics are such that they are to protect those professions. If you are a musician and you want to twerk, it's on to you. If you are a dancer and you are twerking, that's unto you. But you cannot be a nursing student or a nurse and you want to twerk. You insult patients. You give wrong prescriptions, all because you are careless. Then we are in trouble. I'm really sad that this is happening to our nation. But we can rise from that place. We can rise from that place. We need to look at herbal medicine also seriously. How many of us know the story of Mary Jane Seacole? Nay, Mary Jane Grant. She was known as the Black Florence Nightingale, born in Jamaica, somewhere in 1805, I think. She moved all the way to England, went to Central America, and during the war, Crimean War, you know what she did? She treated soldiers who were wounded with herbal medicine. Selfless. She did it. No funding. Herbal medicine. We are not looking into our herbal medicine. We have demonized herbal medicine and we are all running after poisons that somebody has cooked in his kitchen. And because it gives you some temporary relief, you think that that's it. Please, let's be careful. This is the black pot. And remember, raise the level of nursing. Raise the police. Rebrand the police. As for nurses, you don't need too much of rebranding. All you need is a little bit more of professionalism. And everything is everything. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey! Woyo!
Black Pot, Kukushodomo.
This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Next item. Watch me. What does it say? Watch it well. We are going to America. American soldiers mad at lying America. Some soldiers, not now, in the past, at present, they are blaming the American government for misleading them. Some other soldiers around the world are also not happy that they are being misled. Some of these soldiers are telling their stories and the stories will break your heart. Remember recently, Blakk RASTA returned all so-called awards that I got for all the music that I did all these years. Because of one principle. Principle of fairness and justice. In the past, we were just so happy to receive the awards without really going deep into why we're getting the awards. Award ceremonies, people are supposed to pay money to vote so they can get awards. What kind of award is that? You nominate me, oh, best reggae artist, best kuchoko artist for the year 1900. Then you give me a short code and tell me to tell my fans to vote. The more you vote, the more your chances of winning become brighter. Listen to this. So one man can vote 3 billion times. It's all about the money. It's not free voting. You pay to vote. And when you don't get the award, You know what they normally say? Oh, your people didn't vote enough. They are not blaming their panel of professionals who have common sense to judge correct music. No, they are blaming the fact that you have not paid enough money to buy the award. And idiots still cannot come to terms with this. What is difficult in this to understand? I see people running helter-skelter, asking people, and then on Facebook and some other platforms, they are asking people and begging people to vote for them, to buy the awards. Somebody sent me a message, oh, Blakk RASTA, I've just been nominated for this award. You know I'm your boy. Charlie, anything for your boy so that I can vote and win the awards. And I asked him, to what? You want money to buy the award? He said, no, to vote. You know, the more you vote. I said, you are using what to vote? Money? He said, yes. So don't you see that you are buying the award? Are you proud of that award? Oh, for now, yeah, you know, say, me to forget the award song. Think. Think. Is it difficult for people to think? So I returned all the awards to all the award ceremonies that had to do with paying to vote. What kind of award is that? If even the Grammys, they pay to vote, I will never be part of it. What is Grammys? If you have to pay and vote. It's foolishness. It's absolute foolishness. If you are looking for sponsorship, go and ask the companies for sponsorship. Do not tie that to awards. Doesn't make sense. Well, the soldiers in America have done the same thing that I did. They returned the awards, the medals, the ribbons to the American government. In fact, I even sent them to those who gave me the awards. These ones threw them away. I'm going to show you some of them. There are a number of them, but look at number one. Who is he? No one cares, mate. Being a war veteran at 27. Now 27. Chris May first went to Afghanistan as a 19-year-old, serving 2 tours. His combat career was cut short when he was wounded by a roadside bomb, suffering a traumatic brain injury that he lives with to this day, along with the effects of post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder, they call it PTS. And this is from ABC News. That's his photograph you saw. You will see him in the video. His name is what? Chris May. You will hear him introduce himself and look at what he does with his medal. There's a lady too. Watch this. Why this Iraq war veteran is speaking out against Trump's reckless foreign policy to expand the anti-war movement. Maggie Martin is connecting struggles against U.S. militarism at home and abroad. Her name is what? Maggie Martin. Let's watch the video and just listen and watch. Look at what they do.
No NATO, no war.
No NATO, no war.
We don't work for you no more.
We don't work for you no more.
N-A-T-O.
N-A-T-O.
We don't kill for you no more.
We don't kill for you no more.
My name's Scott Kimball. I'm an Iraq war vet. And I'm turning in these medals today for the people of Afghanistan, Iraq, Palestine, and all victims of occupation across the world. And also for all the service members and veterans who are against these wars. You are not alone.
My name is Christopher May. I left the Army as a conscientious objector. We were told that these medals represented, democracy and justice and hope and change for the world. Instead of helping them, they take advantage of them, and they're making things worse. I will not be a part of that anymore. These medals don't mean anything to me, and they can have them back.
My name is Ash Wolson. I was a sergeant. I was in Iraq in 03, and what I saw there crushed me. I don't want us to suffer this again, and I don't want our children to suffer this again. So I'm giving these back.
did 2 tours in Iraq. No amount of medals, ribbons, or flags can cover the amount of human suffering caused by these wars. We don't want this garbage. We want our human rights. We want our right to heal.
My name is Jason Hurd. I spent 10 years in the United States Army as a combat medic. I deployed to Baghdad in 2004. I'm here to return my Global War on Terrorism Service Medal in solidarity with the people of Iraq and the people of Afghanistan. I am deeply sorry for the destruction that we have caused in those countries and around the globe. I am proud to stand on this stage with my fellow veterans and my Afghan sisters. These were lies. I'm giving them back.
My name is Stephen Lunn. I'm a 2-time Iraq combat veteran. This medal I'm dedicating to the children of Iraq that no longer have fathers and mothers.
My name is John, and I was a nuclear biological chemical specialist for a war that didn't have any weapons of mass destruction. So I deserted. I'm one of 40,000 people that left the United States Armed Forces because this is a lie.
Because this is a lie. We heard them apologizing to the people of Iraq, people of Afghanistan, and so on and so forth. They said it's a lie. Some of them are suffering from PTS, post-traumatic stress disorder. Some of them, you can see, are wailing inside their stomachs that they were lied to. The last person said they said there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, but when we went, there was nothing. We rather took them there to destroy the people. We are sorry. For how long would we continue lying to each other so we can destroy each other? For how long would one nation love itself more than it loves other people? For how long will the might of a nation be in its destroying others and not in protecting others? For how long would we continue to be proud about how much we destroy and not how much we save? For how long would our value be judged by how much strength we have in destroying rather than the strength we have in bringing people together? And look at this. It looks like the whole world is just interested in militarization. Police in so many different countries are brutalizing their own citizens to show power. I don't see police and soldier go and build farms to feed weak and poor people to show how strong they are. Rather, they are rather beating people. Will we have a change? Will that change come? To God be the glory. When we return, we got more. Oh gosh. Next story. Nigerian Christians boycott pig milk. You know what pig milk is, right? Pig milk. You know what it is? It's one of the biggest milk brands we have in Africa. Many people like it. Why would Nigerian Christians boycott it? What's the problem? Watch this. This Easter, this was what happened. Pig milk officially put out this. And it says what? Bruised and pierced for us. Good Friday. They are looking at Jesus Christ. And look at the nail. All nail lying down there. And look at the can of the pig milk. Squeezed. Disfigured. And look at where those holes have been punctured. And look at the milk running out as if to say that's the blood. They use the suffering of a man so disrespectfully to sell their product. I'm sure if this had happened to some other religions, there would have been instant war. In fact, in Nigeria, a polarized country like that, We see religious wars. Police stations are attacked. Even if you have a name that is associated with a certain religion, you are in trouble. The other day we saw a lady slaughtered, beaten up, all because she talked against another religion. So when you are sending religious messages, be very, 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 very careful. We are going to return to this. But this is not the first time Peak Milk is actually using religion and religious festivities to promote or sell its Peak brand. It did it to Muslims. Watch this. This is Ramadan, right? Nourish your mind for Ramadan. And you see the Muslim father and his son sitting down with the Quran, we assume, open. And you see the light up there. And then the Peak brand is there with mosque at the back. Next photograph. Peak Ramadan goodness in a box. And that is the box. He has the tea there and he has the milk there. And it says what? Serve goodness at suhoor and iftar. Suhoor is early in the morning when you are having your meal before you start fasting. And when you are breaking your fast, it's called iftar. So use this to start your fast and break your fast. This is targeting Muslims. Next page. It says what? For carrying us before we could carry ourselves. And this is Happy Mother's Day message. And you see that Peak milk has been made in such a way that it looks like a woman who has tied a cloth around her, right? This is quite harmless. It is a mother has milk. So if this is for Mother's Day, it's not a problem. If it is Ramadan, oh, it's not that offensive. But when this is the prophet of a certain religion, this is a man a lot of people revere. So many religions. And his suffering has become something for you to sell your product. How many Christian organizations have we had Peak Milk going to donate something to? Yet when it comes to their festivals, you are all over the place using them to sell your products. So the CAN, C-A-N, Christian Association of Nigeria, they decided that they will boycott Peak Milk. Watch this. Peak Milk finally had to apologize. Peak Milk apologizes to Christians over offensive Easter advert. Read. Following a complaint by the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, the management of Friesland Campina, Wamco, Nigeria, PLC, manufacturers of Peak Milk, who has apologized to the Christian body in the country over an offensive advert on Good Friday. The company has used the crucifixion of Jesus Christ as a metaphor to promote its brand on social media. A statement issued by the General Secretary of CAN, Joseph Daramola, has described the advertisement as insensitive, offensive, and totally unacceptable, demanding an immediate apology from the organization. Reacting, the Executive Director of Friesland Campina, Wamco, Nigeria, PLC, Corporate Affairs, Ori Famurewa, in a letter to CAN on Tuesday, tendered an apology to the Christian body, saying the social media advertisement had been withdrawn. Acknowledging the sensitivity of the controversial social media post, considering the sobriety of the season, the organization noted that it was neither intended to make light of the significance of the season, nor to inordinately exploit unmatched sacrifice of Jesus Christ. This is what they wrote. Again, how many times have they gone out there to give Peak Milk or something like that to Muslims during Ramadan as a donation, social responsibility, and to Christians during Easter or Christmas or something? Yet when the festivals come, you jump onto that and sell your products. Be wise. Be wise. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. We have one more thing and we are done. And that one more thing, please live clean and let your deeds be seen. Run away from negative social media. Log on. In fact, download. Is it? In spirit, in truth. From App Store and Google Play. Use that for video calls, audio calls, and messaging. It's African made, controlled from the US. All negativity is cut out. I am right there on Is it? In spirit, in truth. Run away from violence on social media, racism, and a lot of nakedness and foolishness. It's time to go on Is it? Send text messages, upload your photographs and videos, your music and all that, all for free. It is the social media that is for us, positive-minded people. This has been the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And please, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And at the same time, hit on the subscription button and move onto the notification button. Click on that too, so that you'll be notified every time we come on. My name is Blakk RASTA. It's been the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Wayo!